You probably hadn't heard of this, but Aniplex, the well-known anime production giant, had just announced that they were getting into the visual novel market under the visual novel brand ANIPLEX.EXE. With their announcement, they have shown off and released demos of their first two productions, ATRI, My Dear Moments, and Adabana Odd Tales. So the question is Aniplex just trying to expand their reach in a new market with indifference? Or are they going to actually bring something worthwhile to the table? Welcome to the August Tale, and today we're going to be taking a first impression look at one of ANIPLEX.EXE's first new visual novel, Adabana Odd Tales. The realm of illustration books. This is the fairy tale land of Adabana. However, there are some books in which pages eaten by worms have distorted these tales. Two individuals must travel through each story and restore the land to its original form. Shirohime, a doll-like girl with missing memories with the ability to create ink, and Kurofude, a mysterious boy with the power to use his brush to craft words into reality. With the power to restore stories, they also have the power to change them as well. So what will these individuals do when they encounter seemingly tragic turn of events? Alter the story to create a happy ending? Or see the story to its conclusion, no matter what the consequences? Adabana Odd Tales is a deeply aesthetic work well suited for the type of stories it wants to tell. The stories that this visual novel wants to convey are traditional Japanese folk tales, and Adabana uses its Japanese brush painting art style and calligraphy to match the folklore setting of the stories. From the character designs to the background scenery to even the visual effects and monster designs, this visual novel uses the art style to full effect. For example, the first story is based off of Hanasaka Jisan, in which Shirohime and Kurofude work to restore parts of the tale. This is demonstrated through storybook format, as the tale is shown in an illustration book, showing the damaged contents that Shirohime and Kurofude have to fix. It's a unique artistic feature of Adabana Odd Tales, which is well suited for the type of visual novel it is. The limited soundtrack, as one can probably guess, is based off of Oriental music, and I would expect no less from this visual novel. One particular standout track is the music box song, which is well suited for the storybook fairy tale theme. The story structure is very linear on paper, but is implied to have lots of different variations. The demo only goes up to the first story, but there are many more tales to follow. What's very interesting about Adabana Odd Tales is that the visual novel is based around the idea that you, the reader, can change the story in the most literal sense of the word. As you follow Shirohime and Kurofude, depending on the choices that you make, you can either deliberately change the tale to a good ending or a bad ending. And this ability to change the story also has narrative relevance. As the plot narrative continues, Shirohime wonders about an idea on whether or not a tale should be changed to create a modified happy ending. This is then directly compared to Kurofude, who believes that according to his sense of duty, a story should be fully told to the very end. Overall, I really like this gameplay feature as it integrates itself into the narrative elements. I'm really hoping they expand on these clash of ideals in the full game. It's a simple idea put on paper, but its complexity makes it so that this can be explored in many different ways. Now let's talk about our main two leads, Shirohime and Kurofude. Shirohime has lost her memories of who she is and is dependent on Kurofude to provide the details about what their duties are and the rules of the world. Kurofude pretty much establishes these details in the first few moments after meeting each other. It's pretty obvious that Kurofude knows who Shirohime is, and we get a small little glimpse of this detail. I can predict that over time, Kurofude's apathetic attitude will slowly wither as Shirohime gets more memories, and I'm curious to see how this relationship will pan out. Adabana Odd Tales is a story about stories, in which its simplistic premise combined with its unique story-altering feature can be used to explore many different routes and interpretations. Deeply rooted in its usage of Japanese folklore, the Japanese ink painting aesthetic allows readers to immerse themselves in the fairy tale worlds that Adabana Odd Tales creates. But like the damaged stories in Adabana Odd Tales, its own story isn't fully complete yet. The full visual novel of Adabana Odd Tales will be releasing this June 2020, but the demo can be played right now on Steam. Subscribe if you liked the video and want to see more. Check back every week for new content. Check out some of my other anime visual novel reviews on my channel playlist, links are in the description down below. I also have a first impressions video of ANIPLEX.EXE's other visual novel they released, ATRI, My Dear Moments. For more of my thoughts and the most up-to-date news on videos, you can find me on Twitter @TheAugustTale. That's it for today. I'll see you guys next time.